My God,
How are you?
I'm doing very good, great. It's been great. I was just telling everyone, so far so good. Love is singing. That was some good love there. I kind of jinx it. So it's
You have
good.
to say like I feel fabulous. Maybe like use some other words.
Fantabulous, yeah.
Yeah, fantabulous is too much. Yeah, that's like more of Gita Magi style. Like fabulous, doing
Super se
amazing,
ऊपर se super
rocking.
or something. Yeah.
I need say rocking say.
Wait, talking Zonka lo. Ani Zonka the English mix which up yela.
Tup.
Turu Zonka
Khana
se
gaj
super.
temchil,
Oh, khana
gachi
le kachi
temchil.
tem chinga chira natural be kachi gade be khalong wane be lab gela nga pure Zonka be chap se lab gale te sheta chang late. Turu pure English na chap se wachi turu anay sheta chang be mo de kachi min te
I know. Me ngaya ne bi. Tere shashub insi labbe. Tere shashub nyakchang tans labbe chin diye jo matupchi. Zonga nyakchang tan labchi diye jo matupchi. The English rashishizm be labchira. English ya jo matupchi be.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, I don't know if you've heard about this, no? This Let's Get Real.
Yeah, I've heard of it, and I think I have like watched like some snippets of you conversing with some other artist and all.
Oh, okay.
But I'm big fan of you, so
Oh, I'm a bigger fan of you, yeah.
no, I'm a big fan of you.
Ah,
I've always
no, don't you
admired
pass.
how you
No,
is
I'm
like
your fan.
you and your husband is like too cute. You
I
guys got
thank
to be the couple, like the couple of the
no,
year or
no.
something.
No, nothing like that, nothing like that. We have our ups and downs. We fight a lot.
No,
You
but
know,
still, at
yeah.
least that sets that positive trend. Like positive trend. However, you get like positive vibe, and sometimes we look at you couple, and we see like, oh, really cute. And I think
I,
the happiness is so contagious. It just makes you feel happy, and I think that's more important. Thabni di hote. Even my mom and dad, they love as much as they love themselves. They
yeah.
have their own share of fights, so I think it's
Yeah.
very normal.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been quite a journey with me and my husband, but that's for another day. More.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so
So
much.
yeah, shoot me any questions that you have.
Be
I'm
ready,
assuming
Lavinosi.
that
It's going to be
interviews
like those.
imose.
Coffee with Karangi. That question, Gachila Vina? Rapid fire round.
That would be interesting.
No. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be very simple. Firstly, thank you so much for taking the time out and for taking the time out, literally, to come here because you're one hell of a busy woman.
I know, but I really need to apologize publicly for
No.
not getting back to you like promptly. It took
No,
me
no,
quite
no.
some time. Yeah, when Au asked me to come as guest, I was in Gelefu. Then I was there for 3 weeks. Then I went to Dojiden for
Yeah.
Nekor. Then I just got back. The moment I got back and settled in Thimphu, that's when I got back to you saying that now I'm ready for your live set.
But that was really kind and considerate of you to get back to me at least. I mean, not to offend anyone watching, but I've actually gotten in touch with quite a lot of people, but they have a lot of, I mean, they are busy and all that, so they'll be like, yeah, next time, and then that's it, that's the end of it. And I
Well,
hesitate to ask them
yeah.
again. But at least you.
No, they missed the chance where once they missed the train, they had it there. And you can't keep going and asking them again and again. If they're
Yeah.
not taking it, leave it there, no? But
I,
anyways,
I,
yeah.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
they must be really busy. I can understand that. But then
No one's ever busy.
everyone kind of got back to me and I really appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. I'm really excited for this. And it's like literally our first time doing solo interview, no?
Yeah.
Last time we joined Gainachi Desa.
Kind of, Kanin
Tanisonamgi conversation na.
yeah. Yeah, that time when we were like just, having that random conversation, then I just looked at you and I said, I would really want to talk to you, one on one.
Tanisonam hates me for being brutally honest.
I don't think so. He's a really nice guy.
Hates me. He hates me. I
So,
really mad. Oh.
can I ask you to give a very brief introduction of yourself? I'm sure the whole of Bhutan knows you, but still.
All right, interesting. Well, I think many Bhutanese, they know me as Denkar's Getaway, and of course, like whatever I post, it's authentically myself. But still, there are so many things many people do not really know of how I became the person who I am today. However, maybe I'll just highlight on like small snippets. People always ask me like, "Oh, you must have studied in the West." Lungte zampa why just taiga che no chelungten zampa tai nam gi graduate mo nam pecha tai. Then I always tell people, and I hate when people ask me this question. Kosugi answer me what the ra atiti go che bewajin pecha west na tai se, you know. Then that's when I tell them I've never studied in the West. I've my appa was a principal, headmaster back then, and I every 2 years I would change school, and I studied in all the remotest schools in Bhutan. I started my school from Panbang. Back then there was no electricity, no road. I'm very familiar with Manas Park. The only thing we used to do was go on boating, go to Menapa, riverside na, picnicking. So in that sense, I think even today when I'm out in nature, just makes me so happy and nostalgic, and I take that back to my childhood ki memories. So I studied in Panmang, I studied in Kingarap, then remote school in Trongsa, but I grew up playing at the courtyard, second Kingi Palace na,
Ooh.
because the school was near to the palace. But
Oh,
so I
okay.
tell people I grew up playing at the courtyard of the palace service, and then people wonder how. I'm like, my school was next to the palace. But yeah. My schoolings were mostly from the remotest schools in country. Never studied in the West, and then the Westerners, Chota, I think that was when I did my bachelor's degree. I studied in RTC, so I was one of the first made batch to graduate from RTC.
Oh.
Then after my graduation, I went to Thailand. I did my master's there. Then after my master's, I wanted to stay there, but my dad, it's only two siblings, and I'm Cheche of the family, so my dad did not allow me to stay there. So he was like, come back, come back. And then I returned. I actually lived in Thailand for almost 5 years. And
Oh.
then, yeah, then I came back, and that's when I was lost. Lost. I was just too lost, didn't know what to do. And that's when I think I rekindled my joy of traveling. Then I was like, you know what? Forget it. Job searching, forget it. Apadai it's hoda dunda, but live the life that you want to live. No, at least take a chance, take risk. Labbe. That's when I started to like travel. Now it's been almost 6 years since I've been traveling myself, and now I think branding. I think it's been a worth taking risk 5 years ago, because now when I look back, I'm like, I'm so happy that I took risk. Had I not taken that risk, I'm sure I would be somewhere, I don't know, so bored with this life. Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
that's my brief story.
Yes, your brief introduction gave me goosebumps. I can't wait.
Come on. Maybe the courtyard ki thing hai.
The courtyard getting drink.
I love it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's such a inspiring thing to introduction actually.
Thank you.
So
I don't
so
know how inspiring, but yeah.
no, like how you kind of just took the risk and just went all in to do what you like and what you enjoy. Something in Bhutan, most people won't do that, no?
Yeah, but I actually realized this higher calling when I was doing my master's, because I did my master's in tourism management, but then I had to read a lot, right, to do thesis, to do research. So any literature related to Bhutan, very less. Bhutan kole books, Bhutan kole didi chilip ki dinu, tourist now, hapta ni dichi de, trekking, hapta sum max chab be jomi disugi, they write about Bhutan. You know what I mean? So most of the informations, most of the literature I was reading was all written by expats. So that's when I was like, because I was doing masters in tourism management, that's when I felt like maybe I could actually do something after returning home, say. But I didn't see myself becoming a travel blogger, but I did see myself becoming a researcher and stuff. And this is something people do not know about me. I'm someone who loves to study. You know what I mean? Like my Ajim is anime, street smart. She's very intelligent. Chomita Mugi. I'm like, I'm a hardworking. I'm Buddhu, but I work hard, you see. So it's like, I would study. And even now, I love studying, and I have one dream, and that is to at least get PhD someday down the line. Say nobody. So that time I felt like maybe when I return home, at least I'll end up being a researcher or anthropologist. Say no, Viradi. But travel blogger was like boom, surprise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean everybody knows that you love traveling, no? But what made you like become the first ever, are you the first ever travel blogger in Bhutan? Was there
Yes.
anyone before you? No, no.
I think they were content creator, but they were not like fully into travel blogging. I think they were like video creators.
Yeah.
But I started my journey as travel blogger. So I had my own website. I was writing a lot. I was doing lots of travel literatures. And then later on, because vlogging was becoming trendy, so that's when I incorporated video logging, vlogging, and then becoming author and stuff. But yeah, it's been quite an extraordinary journey so far, sir. And what was your question again?
No,
See,
I'm
I
saying
get
what
like
what
lost.
what made you, how did you get into like, travel blog, vlog, all that, because I think you're the only person who does it in Bhutan.
I know. No, like there are so many reasons. I think it's you know reason lash then it's like so many reasons. Firstly, that researcher thing, right? It was faint. I think higher calling me the virgin. Then once I was done with my masters, then I did volunteer teaching in Thailand. I'm sure if viewers have read my book, they'll come to know about how I actually got myself into traveling. So I got this opportunity to teach in Thailand prisons, like women prison, and
Oh, wow. Okay.
in one way
Goosebumps.
I feel so blessed in my life. Like I get all the crazy opportunity, and in that sense, I think it makes me a very different person. I'm not saying I'm very different, but it definitely gives me that different perspective in life that makes me who I am. So I got this chance to teach in one of the prison in Thailand, right? Yalama, you know what media says and how it is inside the prison, it's completely different. You know how media sometimes we're so hyped up, no? We yellow journalism, we like to make things so big when it's not and stuff. Thailand now, the worst prison in the world, love me. But even I got like scared when I first stepped into the prison, because when I stepped, although I was stepping inside the prison as a communication lecturer, I was also becoming a prisoner myself, because I had the guard, like watching me what I was teaching, how I was communicating. So in one way, it was quite intimidating. But the beautiful thing was, I got to meet like prisoners from all walks of life, but angi chakap amchi jomi this, when it's something like sawadee kap ajan, sakhalefa baby ane it used to be a very emotionally wrecking moment for me every time I stepped in prison. But gradually I got used to that environment, and every time I stepped in prison, there was always one question, from my inmate students. They would always ask me, teacher, have you been to this province? Have you been to that province? I'm from Nakhon Sawan. I'm from north of Thailand. I'm from south of Thailand. Have you been there? And then, because I was very new there and I didn't know much about Thailand, I would be like, no, no, no. But later on, because they were asking me a lot, later on, I started to travel around. I was in Pitsanalok, central north, na. So I would travel around nearby provinces, like Sukhothai, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai. And then when I went back to the prison, I would tell them like, oh, you know what? Over the weekend, I went to Chiang Mai. I went to Sukhothai. And then that used to bring tears of joy in my inmates' eyes, like, oh, Ajahn, that's my hometown, like I miss my parents, or my hometown is like this, then like then I felt, oh, I'm actually doing something for them, because as and when I was telling them like, oh, the chengrai hanibe astu no, oh, chisugi dato, over the weekend there's this sunflower festival, flower festival, that used to bring joy in inmates' face there, although they were not able to make it there. But the fact that I was able to verbally tell them the story of what was happening, I felt like that was quite powerful. And that's when I started to explore Thailand more, more and more, because I had to go back to the prison and tell prisoners the stories, right? Which would eventually make them happy. And that's, I realized how powerful the storytelling was. And then there was like no stopping back. Then I went to Thailand, then I went to like Laos, Singapore, Cambodia, Myanmar, like all the nearby places. Na? And every time I went to these countries, these provinces, I felt it very similar to each other, like provinces were the same, even these countries, ASEAN countries, similar. It was nothing like Bhutan, nothing like Bhutan. And that's when I was like, damn, like, why am I being a storyteller here? Like, I should rather go back home, because it's so different. It's not like these like 7 or 8 countries that I've explored to, just so different. And that's when I think I badly wanted to come home as well. And that's when my dad also pressurized me, saying that, oh, you better come home because it has so much to offer. And that's when I packed my bag. I flew back to Bhutan, and guess what? Ever since I returned from Thailand, I've not been able to go back to Thailand. It's been bloody 5 years. Like every time, I don't know, it's like, I've been to it. After I returned, I went to so many places, few bunch of countries, as far as London, and then I missed Bangkok for some reason for last 5 years.
Yeah.
I know, and every time I'm like, maybe I'll have I know there'll never be a right time, but I think it's always for a reason. So these were some of the I don't know, turning point in my life, which really made me think and bring change in my life. By meeting like different people. So bottom line, I came back home because I felt I could do more by being at home, telling story
And you
from
did.
my
And you did.
country, Bhutan,
And you
from
did.
Bhutanese perspective. So so came back home there. But I had my share of struggle also.
That I think that was one of the best decisions I think that you've taken, more to come back home,
Yeah.
make that
Best.
difference. And you can proudly say 5 years down the line, it didn't even take you that long, Mina. Like I think you became very popular.
No, our
You
people don't
shot
run.
up.
Yeah, true. I think that's what my friends also tell me. Like I think 1.5 year, I struggled a lot. Like financial, I was an adventure, both socially and financially. No one were like supporting me except my parents, my sister. They love me so much, so I'm ever grateful for them. They were like, just go do whatever you want to do. Although my father had like certain resentment and reservation, he always wanted me to be like bureaucrat, work as a civil servant. But eventually he got it. Once I got into Denkar's Getaway, there was no looking back. But there was a time, like after a year or so, I was living my life like fully, like wholly, but I was not making any penny. I was just spending the like hotel jewelry, spend. Sponsorship asks Peru, no, the hoteliers would be like, what can you offer us in return? And back then I just had like few followers, not massive followers, right? Who are you? People would ask me, who are you? I remember like going at Mojo one time, and one very prominent face, never expected such any from him. He literally telling me like, oh, Denkar, what do you think you're doing? There's no future for you. For how long will you travel Bhutan? I love Jimmy things. That every time I met those people, although how strong-headed Ngairu, that always led me to question my Anita, then I would question myself, why am I really doing good? But there was point where after one year I wasn't making money, spending more, lots of pressure from my dad. Then I was almost giving up, but I didn't really give up. Then I was thinking maybe I'll take a job and then part time na just for like leisure time na travel bani se. But it's as if it's like then I got call from Rome office. The director of Rome called me. Denkar, where are you? I said, I'm in town. La. Then he said, just rush back to office right now with Rachu. Then, then I looked ugliest that day, super ugliest. My favorite hairstyle is like this, chub burn by the black they go, black one jo mata hanging one camera. There was a show at Clock Tower. So
Yeah.
I attended the call and Rachu ba that room no show. I went there and then I was like, yeah, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, you're going to have audience from His Majesty. Then I was like, wait, where? At Lincoln, at Palace. And I was like, oh no, I could have at least had something, or at least, like presentable birth to say. But that day was life changing. Ever since that evening, I never looked back, no matter how hard it was going to be on me pursuing this passionate career. I was never going to look back, because then that evening, it was like, Yalama, first I'm literally getting so close to His Majesty Lincoln and Jack. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I tell? Like everyone's like so silent, very quiet. It's like I could literally hear my heart beating the weather. Suddenly I got audience of His Majesty, and then I was like, wow. And I got audience with His Majesty, not as string Denkar. It was as Denkar's getaway. And then His Majesty acknowledged of how important it is to really explore Bhutan. And His Majesty also shared his concern on how even our young millennials aspiring to travel abroad rather than exploring our own country first. So when His Majesty shared those golden words, that's when I was like, I think I'm on a right track. Although my father was not supporting my journey, then I was telling myself, if His Majesty can see my vision, my mission, even without telling him, then I was like, that's it. I'm never going to look back. I think He sees something in there. So that day, I was like, Appa, Amma, do whatever you want to do, say whatever. Then even my dad from that day, he was like, I think I was wrong. If His Majesty sees this in you, I think you're doing good. No, then continues. Then Appa gave up. The Appa gave up on his. Appa gave up to pursue me to join civil servant. So yeah, ever since that moment, it was like never looking back, and yeah,
Oh my
it
God.
was
Actually,
a
that was one
true
of my
blessing
question
in
also.
disguise.
Question that you got
Huh?
audience today. I have one of my questions is that actually your audience with
Okay.
HM, but your storytelling skill is so good.
Come on. Oh,
Storyteller. I'm
but
like
even
literally,
no, it was like 1 year did you do almost like in 1 year 2 months, I'm sure that then I got His Majesty's audience, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then anytime when it was iPhone 10 max market na devda imade I poor me mo nga Thailand le that time when I was coming from Thailand, 7 Pro Max was in the market imade. So I bought that phone and I came, right. I was vlogging. I vlogged for almost 2 years using 7 Pro Max. Then His Majesty, when I was about to come out to Thailand, the job was like, Denkar, I heard you vlog through your phone, no? This is for you. So Jab gifted me that time, yeah, iPhone 10 Pro Max. I was like, oh my God, like this. That didn't, of course, it was such a blessing, but I was just too overwhelmed with the fact that I was in front of His Majesty in Lincoln. Like, oh my gosh, like, I never dreamt of being there that soon. So yeah, it was very special. The Chimna Hiva was like, the phone
wow,
the
that's such a
the 575 GB. I was like, I almost fainted. I didn't know there was like 575 or 65 GB phone. I was like, damn. So yeah, and I still use that phone.
wow.
Yeah,
Lucky,
it's
yeah,
it's
my
it's
God.
yeah, anibi me
Very happy.
ngarangi. Te anibendigi, I always tell young people, I go around schools, institutions, colleges, I always tell young people, like, you don't really have to be civil servant. You can serve within your capacity. Right now, I'm serving my country through storytelling, through writing, uh, not necessarily by sitting on a table or thing. So I always tell them, if you do something right, there's always someone watching you. And but the I think but then again, we shouldn't be doing something good to be recognized. Labi lolchi ki oh kuita de me nga lejum beni no. I think that's like the I need the intention that the so so I always tell them, you do wholeheartedly, you do something genuinely with, like, work hard, just give like 101%, and then it just gets rewarded.
Yeah,
I didn't see myself there,
I think
so yeah, yeah.
Majesty mentioned it in his speech, that no matter what you do, la bom iro chunku iro, if you're doing something, you give your 100%.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Ani
Oh.
bime nam shinetang. Ever since I've been
Hey,
so
wait, so
blessed.
hear me here.
Malawa de nga ngo chome me.
Oh God, and I haven't even reached the third question. You're already the sui sui. First two
But yeah,
questions, not a sui.
ani se pa we tao na se biu me.
I know. What I would say is, I've noticed that a lot of people in Bhutan really like you. Huh? They really look up to you. Amy, I don't know if you're aware of it.
Now it's getting bigger and it's
Yeah.
stressing me more.
Yeah, a lot of people really look up to you as a inspiration, role model, and I can see why. I can see why.
Oh,
Even
Ajin,
I'm
don't say
inspired now.
that.
You've become my
Don't
role
say
model
that.
also.
It
I'm one
stresses
of your.
me. It stresses me
No, no,
more. It
no, no. There's
stresses
nothing
me.
to stress. There's nothing to be stressed. But when you get all this, no, what do you feel?
Well, I overwhelmingly feel happy about it, and at the same time, like I said, just because everybody loves me doesn't mean I have to be like, oh, I'm the best influencer. Like, people love me. I don't take that pride at all. In fact, every time I post, every time I do something, I always make sure to thank my followers. Because of them, we get to this point. And I know many artists who do not take credit, or who do not even acknowledge the presence of their fans or followers. They feel like, I'm the one, because of my beauty, my talent, I come to this place. Mentality hai dubade. And those artists, I detest them. I'm not a big fan of those artists. But ngarai thaika di, seriously, like, seriously, I thank my followers. I'm like, I remain like indebted to them. And every time they tell me like, oh, I'm a big fan of you, my mom loves you, it just makes me so happy. But deep down, I worry, because I feel like I have the responsibility to lead them in a good way, because they look up to me, So sometimes if I land up doing something crazy, I know it will dishearten my followers, and they will be like, oh, like, what's wrong with her? So in that way, as much as I thank them, I also get stressed. Honestly, I get stressed. And yeah, but so far, I'm like ever grateful to my fans. And Ani, oh, Denkar's getaway. And I love the
Everybody
young
knows Denkar
millennials.
Getaway. See, everybody knows you. And the fact that you have such a character, no? People like you, man. They
Ngay
really
how
like
she
you.
get didi.
Huh? What?
Ngay how she get.
Ow!
But no, I'm very blunt. Like, I speak my heart out easy. That's why Tandisona hates me. See, he's like, oh, those Kashmir cheating a lot on chumelas. I'm like, damn kid, damn. I just give left and right.
Oh God.
But I think authenticity is something everyone should imbibe in their blood.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been authentic since day one, and I think that's the secret of what has gotten me this far. I've always been myself, with makeup, without makeup, on my own, with company, whatsoever. I think I've always remained myself throughout. Yeah,
Yeah,
throughout,
yeah,
throughout.
yeah. That's good. That's really wonderful. So, Mo, I'm not going to ask you that many questions as a, travel vlogger and all that because I'm sure you've spoken a lot about
A
it.
lot, yeah, a lot, a lot.
I'm going to get a little bit more personal and private if you don't mind.
Don't ask me about
I'm going to ask you.
relationship status. That's Karan Johar.
No, 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 not that, not that, not that. I mean, if you want to speak about it,
No,
because
no, no, no,
I've
no, no.
seen your
Please don't even
TikToks.
touch. Don't
I've
even
seen
get
your
there.
TikToks. I've seen your TikToks. That was one of our casual conversation you questions, but not in my interview right now.
Okay, okay, okay.
Mo, okay.
Oh.
We like you were just mentioning, like you try to be as authentic as you can and all that. And all of us see you as that fun, that real, interesting, raw Denkar.
Right?
You are fun. Like you seem like somebody who is the life of a party. You're just there, hi, hello, like talking to everyone, making everyone feel comfortable. You're comfortable.
I
Anuzum.
have my days when I don't want to talk to anyone.
Oh yeah, okay. So my next questions was, do you like, did you ever have to like kind of struggle or experience, sort of difficulties in your life or any of those sort? And if how comfortable are you in kind of opening up about whatever struggles that you must have faced, not when it is not career related, but your own private personal life related na yoga bega.
Oh, that's a very tough question to answer. Hang on, hang on. Give me 1 second. Namge! Namge!
Ooh, who's
Achu
namge?
Sono Gochijin. I have my friends come over. They want to drink Ara.
Who's
Yeah,
namge?
excuse me. Namge is my nephew.
Oh.
So yeah. Okay, that's a good question. Give me 1 more minute. I'm gonna
Take your
shut this
time,
guy
take your
up.
time, no worries, you can take your time.
Wait, Joshua, nga life na ito. Just ako demi.
Sorry.
It's my friends Rigdol Films and all.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
coming back to Augie question, feeling very difficult to communicate time ye memo.
No, like you ever like kind of face any sort of struggles, no? Like just as you show that happy, fun part of you which comes out naturally,
Right.
do you feel comfort in, do you feel comfortable in kind of showing the other side as well, like your struggles, maybe your
Oh yeah, yeah,
weakness, you know?
well, it's. I think most of the time, you all must have seen that flamboyant side of me. Very happy, very confident. I must say, I've been very confident since my childhood days. Gi. I don't remember days where I would bury my face, like feel shy and stuff. But when it comes to showing my emotion, I think sometimes. It's the anime. See, sometimes, now many people tell me like, oh, you're a strong-headed woman, you're a strong woman. But the anime, we look up to you, Labdadi. I think it's sometimes it's just like men, we feel like, oh, men cannot cry because they're men. And now that when people compliment in that sense, like, oh, the chili strong, do you're a very happy person and stuff. Then sometimes when I'm sad, it's like, there are situations where I can't tell people like I'm sad because they won't get it. They always feel like I'm a happy person, and that I don't have that sadness, hurtful emotions. So that's when I just bury it down, like bury, bury, bury. I have my days when I'm not happy. I have my days when I feel terribly sick, but I never show it on social media platform. Why? Because no matter whether you have 80,000 followers or like 100,000 follower, there will be barely people telling me like commenting, oh, get well soon, or feel better, say with it's only your closest ones who comment saying like get well soon and stuff. So rather rogi Denkar nadime, done, whatever. Oh, Denkar is heartbroken, done. So in that sense, I don't feel like sort of spreading my negative energy or letting people know what I'm going through, because I know eventually they won't help me, Nga na watching the mana, checking I help him with I have to go through that thing myself.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
no point in telling people. If I'm heartbroken, I'll have to dissect, feel it, and go through the whole journey by myself. So I feel there's no point in telling the world, saying like, I'm heartbroken, this guy is like that, this guy is douchebag, whatever, whatever. So in that sense, although I feel the pain, I don't share it because I know everyone will be helpless and they'll be good for nothing
Yeah.
to really share the pain in us. So in that sense, it's like I keep it to myself.
You do have like a handful of people close to you that you can open up to, right?
It's my hands down, my mom, dad, and my sister and my partner. Yeah. And few like maybe one or two best friends, but not to the world because no point. Sometimes you just share your happiness, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, yeah. I never really looked at it that way, but that's very true, huh?
No, it disturbs way, Yalama. Then it's like, oh,
It just leads people to talk about you. No, and especially when you're
exactly.
like a
Yeah.
public figure, then that gives them all the more reason to kind of maybe gossip about you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Very.
Anyway,
Okay, okay. Yeah. You know your relation, no, your relationship with your father. See, I come from a broken family. My parents, I never really had my father like around while I was growing up.
oh no,
So,
I'm sorry.
so your relationship with your father is so heartwarming and is just so beautiful.
Right.
I can
It,
easily, everybody can see that you are the Cheche Imawati Moro, Chimna.
I'm the chichi and the boss in the family.
There was,
Anyway,
there
so
was this video of you, Mina Chigi tattoo Zozogi, something like that.
I know, Yalama, Appa, but I swear I'll get tattoo someday and make him like the angriest human alive. But yeah, but no, it's not only Appa. I share a very close bond with my mom as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, my mom and dad. I think they're very open and the secret of this beautiful bond, I must say, is the communication. If I want to say something, if I want to share it, I just say it out loud, saying like, like there's this thing, I want to do this. Then I make them understand. Like my mother, when I started blogging, she never went to school. She never heard a word blogger. She never knew what blogger's task or job was, right? So I literally sat down and then told her like blogger is this, I'll travel around, I will write about the places, I will write about nekor dumina nekor badila kamunuga korge dibe songo baka hikpe songo baki sele nirokti babu dile, just I tried to break it down in her language for her to understand. Then it's like boom, you get her support there. I got her support because she understood what I was going to do. Although my appa was educated, it was a little hard to make him understand because he was strong-headed about his daughter wanting to, be the bureaucrat thing. But it was the communication, and it is still the communication that sort of eases tension between us. We do have our argument sessions, which I don't post. But most
Yeah,
oh,
definitely. Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
most of the yeah. So, but most of the time, it's like I very yeah. It's like even my cousins, they love my parents. Most of my cousins, they always tell, I wish our mommy and dad is like yours, and I'm like, you can make it yourself. Like all you need to do is just go to your parents, talk to them. Once you open up, then they open up as a friend, not as like strict appa and amma. So I think it's the communication that makes this relationship very beautiful.
And it also is, I think, the bond between amongst your two parents, like
Uh,
as husband and wife, it must be so beautiful that they could create such a beautiful family around them, like their two daughters, and like
yeah,
it's all a very happy family. Imewatimo.
indeed, indeed, yes. In
Yeah,
that way, I feel very blessed,
you are
fortunate.
definitely very,
Yeah,
very, very blessed.
and that's why I try to make like full use of their presence around me because sometimes like I think of worst and I'm like, damn, this would be very hard. So when we are all present, just make it like just live this life meaningfully, purposefully, happily. And as a children, because I'm very close to my mom and dad, nowadays I see so many young people who are away from their parents, the men are, and then although they are very far, they don't even try to like, maintain like call yeah benimi parents. This I've met so many parents whose children are like abroad, who are not happy. Alu disugi, ane bebe che anzu bebe se ro ane bebe gamchidu. So in that sense, I post whatever whenever I'm with my parents, so that at least the children's feel that vibe of like the energy of being with the family, being there for their parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I keep posting this. So now Denkar's Getaway has literally the whole family of Denkar's Getaway has come on my platform. So
That's so nice. That's so nice. Yeah. Every
yeah.
time you post something on your mom, I want to go and spend more time with my mother. Mom, do you want a massage?
No, even when sometimes we see our friends'
That
mom.
positive energy kind of passes on to us also,
Yes,
You want to be nice
exactly.
to your parents, no?
I,
Animate.
I think we have to be nice. I always tell my parents are my priority because we are nothing without them. They literally planted us on this planet. Like without them, we are nothing. So I'm very loving. And their blessing is very important. Pham gashula da gato to we jao che ai alu de se tho sang lo men le. So hane bi me.
Okay. Animo, my next question is, I'm sorry you have guests in the house. I'm not
No,
going to
no
keep you very
worries,
long.
no
I'm going to be
worries.
so fast with my questions.
No, it's okay. We'll have
Animo,
patience.
like I've noticed, see, like in our Bhutanese society, this thing called ageism, like how some people come up and like like say a mom like myself, okay, I am a mother of three children, and like if I am supposed to be behaving in a certain way because I'm of a certain age and I have
Mm.
this family to look after, and I'm not supposed to be like doing things that moms do. And a man of a certain age has to behave that way.
Exactly.
Like the career path also, like you're too old to be this, or you're too old to be doing that, or what do you think about that?
I think that's shit. Like, I mean, no, it's because that's exactly why we don't evolve. Say, the people in the West, they are so open, they are so accepting because they're exposed to all kind of culture, like multicultural, and they think and they believe in individuals choice mein mein na de. But whereas we have this standard, double standard, like you said, oh, at your age, even ngalu love me de, oh, you're like almost, you're like, now I'm 33, right? And then they're like, oh, you're 33, like get, it's time you
Marriage.
marry
Yeah,
and have
have
a
a kids.
kid,
Yeah.
have a kid, because they have set the standard. And I do not like this. I think it's time where we really like get exposed to all kinds of culture, and that's why it's very important to go abroad at least once in lifetime, for us to meet people from all walks of life, learn from them, come back home, and then
Yeah.
like we Anita, come back home and sort of be accepting. But any age shaming, it's something I do not accept as well. But then again, I think like individual level na, I will never care of what people would like think of me just because I'm 33. It's my wish though, whether I want to have a kid now or
Yeah.
maybe like when I'm 40. It's totally my wish. If you're strong headed, I think we shouldn't really care about what people have to say. If
I
your
mean,
mother,
no,
yeah,
no,
if
not
you're,
personally. Me, I haven't really faced any of
yeah,
those issues, but this
uh-huh,
is just like a very general thing. That's something
right.
that I really noticed, see, like even online, like, how some people like trolls, how they just put the other person down. And I just find it so like, so sad, my goodness, like guys,
Exactly.
focus on your own life. Let them be.
It's the jobless people there. It's the jobless people. No, Ngagi, then usually like I don't get trolled much. I like in that way. I'm very thankful. Some there was one any person. Ngalu message geshnachki. That's when it's like if someone has hard feelings for me, I'm someone who'd love to be confronted. Like I want to talk one on one. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with this thing? Why are you saying this thing? I love Toming. I video call chap that guy blocked me.
Yeah.
I was going to eat him up on screen. I was like, how, like, no, I was going to ask for justification as to why quick comment anibe bewina. Because it's disturbing. Sometimes people randomly, they drop like negative comments on our feeds. And then they don't realize at the end of the day, we're also human. If someone says, I don't like you, then we land up like asking ourselves, why is this person not liking me? Even when stranger says like I don't like you, it disturbs, right? So I know the best way is to confront and educate that person, and that's when they change the behavior and love you immediately. So you turn the hatred, the dislike into like and love. Confront.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I find it honestly, like, I find it so, this is such a sad thing because more, like, we keep talking about how mental health, but then there are some haters out there, touch wood. For me, it has not happened because, touch wood, again, I'm not like a big, like,
But you love, you're
I'm just
loved
like a
by.
small time, on TikTok. But to the others, like I've seen, my goodness, if that happened to me, ngade the mental breakdown thought the
Man, the other side of the coin, some people they really deserve negative comment also. But no, no, it's not like no, honestly, like if you're doing a shitty content, you can't expect people to love your content. Like unless the other person who's
No, no.
commenting
What
is
I'm
shitty.
saying is, you can comment about the work. If you don't like the work, you comment on it, but don't comment on,
The
especially
personal.
when it comes to like oh, you're too old to be doing that, or This is when I feel like, my goodness. So what? Just because you've crossed your 30s, what are you supposed to be in the chete, like saying your prayers and waiting to pop it? Zumbe ngai gutu ude anzum no umeba.
Mm,
Because like how they kind of set limitation on how,
true.
like, if some people want to do something, let them, and if you don't like the content, then okay, you can talk about, you can pass your comment about whatever they have created, but don't pass personal,
Comment,
like,
right.
Ani Lavi, that
People. I think some people they're just jobless and they just pick on it. They're just like how people pick on gender. No, women are meant to do this, men are meant for this and that.
yeah,
So I
that
think that's something we will not be good at stopping anytime soon. It will just keep coming. In fact, it's getting so worse, and that's one reason. Because sometimes I watch TikTok ki life na Rojo did, and I see those negative comments, and that's exactly why I don't come live on TikTok much because it's little toxic sometimes.
yeah. I put off my comments also, no, because I get so scared.
Okay. I'm very bad with TikTok. I don't know much. It
Oh,
means
you didn't notice?
I was just that I noticed as well. What? How come there's no comments in Nobody? But
Maybe
okay.
I put it off, because I just get distracted. See, now before, let me just go to the next question. Okay, this is my second last question. I'm sorry,
Okay.
this girl is cleaning up.
That's okay.
You've gone for this snowman trek, no?
I've done half of it.
Okay, what are the challenges like? How do you do it? See, I can never understand. My goodness.
How do you think? How do you think Snowman Track is? Do you think it's going to be very hard? Do you feel like you have to walk for like 10 hours, 15 hours?
No, but I'm sure it's supposed to be like very difficult. Mana, it's like a what, 10-day trek or something?
You break it down to make it into smaller days, hours, and then that's when you feel like, oh, I think I'll be able to do it.
Oh my
Snowman Track.
God. Ngadidi, I'm sorry, I'm one of the laziest person you'll ever see. So
No, you know what is the mountain? Mountain is an addiction. Like I think mountain has become drug. To me, is like you keep going to mountain, you keep trekking. It just gets so addictive that you just want to be there.
yeah,
So coming back to Snowman Trek, people feel like, oh, and because it's also known to be the most challenging, the toughest trek in
yeah,
Bhutan. So that's when people get carried out and they buy that statement, the men are like, yeah, lama, deadly tough, Melo. Nothing like it. It's so beautiful. You start from Gashlo. I hiked from Parole, Laya Sense, for 8 days or something. I've done half of it and I need to complete the half. It's like trekking of the day. We just in a day we just trek for like 5 hours. You rest, get a complete rest. Next day, depending on duration, at the max you trek for like 8 hours. Minimum, sometime you trek for 3 hours, but day. So itinerary based page. It's it will be
Doable. Is
seamless
it doable?
experience. Yeah, it's doable. Kachi doable many rope. Actually, one time, age 70 something year, they completed rope.
Nga didi ya
It's
tang
doable.
chiri sachi tang chiri jo da shin tang sang. I almost died. Me and my husband.
Hey, you know why you almost died? Because you went with your husband. You should watch one of my reels. Boom,
Why?
boom. No, I've done this reel. It went so viral. Ngache boom, this is when we have our partners, husband. We feel like, oh God, what do
No,
you
I was the one pulling him. Yeah, she was.
This is what I do also.
하루도 씨가 사지 존이 왜 럼체가 꼬자이 배마줘봐.
Wow, seriously, it's such a shame.
No, yeah, I know it's such a shame. I'm
But
so
no, you know what?
embarrassed.
Man, I reckon you to do longer treks because it's more beautiful. Short treks now, one day we just land up climbing uphill in Made, like Dodeda, Tatsang, Tango, hike up. Suddenly, if you do trekking for more than 3 days, na, day one, uphill battle. Second day, tik tiji. Third day, it's like this, and that's where you feel like, oh, this was worth the treks. Day one, it's always tough.
Yeah, we wanted me and my husband, we've been like, talking about it since last year. That now we should kind of go more into the nature, go for hikes and all that. Say, we're planning about it. Yeah. Just give me a second.
I know, no, shouldn't.
Sorry. Yeah. So we would like to get into that as well.
Yeah, you should. It's an addiction. Just make sure you get a good boot shoes to wear.
Yeah.
Then you're good to go there. It's a very
최대치가 좋은데.
oh please sure. Lamju masaji ko jamin de.
lam jo ma shi ma jinga ten mani se lam ni de no sa ko yang lo.
But no, I need to be this because I've trekked to almost all the trekking trails. People feel like chada chiga de hike be mitsu do chi ko jam do. I'm like I'm always the last person to get at the campsite. You know why?
Because you're pulling everyone up.
Because I'm smart. Early campsite ne hewachin jatha to mithobate. Last na joachin 10 set of baby bed baby
My
that.
God.
Yeah, chi jathopate.
I am helping everyone. Se lam ni de no isi jasa to.
Oh no the way. Oh you maleo me take your time, take pictures, do videos and stuff. No, then yeah he remna jab at say backward deve do gara tabe. Then oh you have to be chattu in life there, men boy.
Yeah. Of course.
Amchi lamjo be wudu the guy 10 pitch bini help you. Very good. Easy.
Okay.
Okay, Anivi.
Yeah. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah. You're most welcome.
Ani,
You'll be able to do it.
there was this one time I saw on Instagram, and I really wish that I was your friend. See,
When I was with
when
Will
you
Smith.
met Will Smith, I was like, oh my god, I wish I was Denkar's friend.
Oh my god. Shit.
Are you allowed to talk about the project? You're doing a project with him, no?
We are done. We are actually waiting. No, I can talk like socially, but not really about the project. Yeah, it was like not even my closest friends got to meet him, sir.
Oh,
They were asking the shooting locations and all. Wait, shooting location and I'm like, I'm working with a Hollywood star. Please do not disturb me. I'm just joking.
yeah.
I was not allowed to sort of disclose, but I think that's been the highlight of becoming Denkar's Getaway, getting his Majesty's audience, then working with Will Smith, then publishing my own book. These three has been the star, any highlight of my journey. The Will Smith, it was so extraordinary. Then as a pessimist, the pessimist the moment people knew I was working with him, DM the be careful, you know, koitama the inkina lawjuro yagudu. Dejelu jume, no, dejelu jume ripped him and all. That made the impression. And I was telling the why Zamningi ina yeru miru number one more. Tapse me David Malawi Levit and the fact that Kumachina Dugaka Bomdadi, we have to be more welcoming. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but bottom line, it was extraordinary experience. That's a humble Luru Abdi. Very humble. And he's a big hugger.
Oh, so
But
nice.
not everyone
Just you. Oh my God.
How are you? You know, said no, how are you? How was your night and stuff? Yeah, then because of the thing, it was a documentary. It was like it is a travel documentary. So ko experience it was quite extraordinary.
Release the Namjomo.
La.
Release
It's with the Hollywood bindi last year nam should be before last year end na be de last one whole year post production mein. So it's coming out this year. I'm really excited.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's no any project roko get any abdi gakab din di chika shade joma de the do gakab di chi. So I need
That's
That's
awesome. That's awesome.
I know. I thank my blog for that. That's why I was saying, no, if you do something genuinely, things gets it just comes by surprise.
This
Life is
definitely was your calling, Memo.
indeed.
How everything just worked out for you.
I need the ime. The hand meaning I love it, you know, like when social media is right under our nose, we really have to know how to capitalize it, like positively, make best use of it. When Rosaka Bagiro, I'm free na jimdamu, we use it thoroughly and make an impression labbe. Then I tell young people also, none of the ministries or offices recommended, oh, Denkar, because I asked them, by the way, when NetGeo got onto me, I asked them, oh, how did you get to me? Because I just could not believe I thought it was spam and email. Then I was like,
oh my God, oh really?
Yeah, they directly shoot me emails, see.
Yeah,
Then I was like, why spam imu? Then offices giving this do with the NetGeo and Ethiopia and then at Street Smart Begomen, then I googled and I was like, oh, it's actually there. So then I corresponded after a couple of days and it was like for real, it was Annie. But they just told me it's going to be a Hollywood star. Curious. No, I was Anita the Gachlo, I was expecting Annie. Oh my gosh, how can I forget? La?
Brad Pitt.
No, I mean, travel beyond. Oh my gosh, how can I forget his name?
Who?
Oh, Bear Grill.
Yeah.
It's like him, so no. Then I was the Chris Hemsworth. No. Then I'm like, oh my gosh. Then it was him. I was like, I almost fainted. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my god, because I just could not believe, and no one knew about it. No one that I got signed up. I think audition the halamchi bindu me. Audition halamchi biba there. They auditioned. Yes. They auditioned. It was quite a long processor day, very professionally done also. So select Joda. Then I was in select Joda. It's like when everything comes on your got a good thing happen with the Beomenade. So Dari Bioda, I got email saying I've been selected to go to Egypt for COP26 na. Diga, COP26. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I'll go to Egypt. Then, by then, I was not casted for that. But the next day, I received email and video call from NetGeo saying, I got selected for this project. Will Smith, the chica. I was like, what do I do with my life? Ya Allah. I literally had to weigh down me. I was like, why do I do Egypt? Why do I do this? Egypt. Then I was Egypt, I'll make money and travel some other time. I'll never get to work with him, Salabe. Then I opted for this day. And even I asked my friends to help me. What do I do? They were like, oh, leave Egypt. You can go anytime. I just like do this. It's a lifetime opportunity. Me, Rinpoche this. I was like, that makes sense also.
My God, yeah,
But it was rewarding. So I think
really
that
inspirational. I don't know about the viewers, but I am so inspired, man.
because you've turned off the comment, we won't even know what they're feeling.
No, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on. I'm sure. I'm telling you. I'm sure this is one show. I've done a couple of shows, okay, but this is one show that has really inspired me. The other one is Shozuk's.
Hey, Joseph, I love her. I love
Yeah,
how non-judgmental she is.
yeah, I loved it. She inspired me, and next is you.
Kapun ka.
Wow, my God.
But yeah, it's just a journey though. It's just a journey. But even your stories are inspiring.
What story of mine? Yeah, I don't have any story.
What you don't have, but you tell story. Sometimes you don't have to tell story. People just know story, and I
Yeah.
think that's beautiful, Yalama. You have like millions and millions of views. Is that not something you can brag about? Of course it is.
I mean, okay, let's leave that for some other time. We'll see. But really, I'm so inspired. I'm so happy that I got to talk to you.
I'm happy to
Thank
be.
you so much. Like, really, it means a lot to me. So, just now, before I kind of, we put it off, can I ask you to give like some last words of advice or inspiration to our viewers here, lah?
I was thinking, can you please give me your phone number? Lovely Zumbela.
Oh, you are about to be like 1-7. Yeah.
But I think I really don't have much advice. But as someone who have self-built, I'm not. I think I built my own empire, which I'm very proud of. Although it's not the biggest empire in the world, but I think I built the empire that I've always wanted to build on. I've gained my financial independence. I think I'm at a very comfortable stage, and this I credit this to all the people who have supported me, and to myself as well for working so hard, tirelessly, keeping being so. It's like it's the perseverance and our hard work which has gotten me here. And this is to everyone who dreams big, or who's dreaming big, or who is aspiring to do something different. I think we should take risk in life, just like how I started this conversation. We need to take risk and just go about it. If it doesn't work out, it's totally fine, because at least you tried. But sometimes life is full of surprises. I'm someone who is very positive about whatever comes tomorrow. So in that way, life is like full of surprises. We wouldn't know like unless we try, give a shot. So
Exactly. I'm
my
still like,
advice is just go for it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What's
and to
this bolero everybody's asking you about?
Anivi say I don't address bolero say I address it bololo.
Oh,
Because
bolero. I was like, yeah, bolero. What is it?
wait. I started my journey riding bus, public transport, Phubjika Joda Gatiru 80 jinme, I jim ticket to jinme Phubjika Jujui. Tumina Rugariane, hitchhike baby Juji, Dadinga Gurkha Tami, and I feel very proud about it. You know why? Because I bought it.
Yeah,
And through what? Through my hard work. So
exactly.
it's like, if you really put your heart and soul in it, bam, you have it.
Yeah.
But challenges your home, but I think you really have to keep your head strong and just like go about it. And I don't know what my future holds. I don't know what I will be doing tomorrow or a year from now. But I think traveling will always be in me, and I'll never stop doing what I love the most. And yeah, and as a traveler, if just like you, if you are dreaming of trekking, I think it's time you execute your aspirations, your ideas into action. And this is also to other people watching this. If you don't wait for a good time, a right time, there will never be right time. The chosu neko juni lawachin, oh nga na si junis lawachin. For instance, Taksang will always be there, Ajane will always be there, Singizong will always be there. But we are not here for like the longest time as these landscapes. So it's very important that we take action first rather than just letting time act on us. So I think it's very important to really like do when you can. Now,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. Like, I'm just speechless. Thank you.
So you better go. I'll wait for you.
My
I think the
God.
day
Wait,
I see.
you are meant to be a storyteller. Remember, you are meant to
Oh,
be a storyteller.
no.
Really. My
Oh,
God.
the day I see you and out trekking, that will make my post.
I know we will. Promise you. Both of us are gonna get like boots, and then I'll take a picture and send it to you. Look what Denkar made us do, Silappe.
Please do so. This is what I'm good at. It's like, no, it makes me happy. Yeah, my trekkers, this. So now there's so many people trekking, and I love this like culture evolving. So Bhutan trekking culture is evolving. The Minna Garina camping culture is evolving. So yeah,
Exactly.
Bhutanese in general, they're evolving, which is good there. So yeah. Anime.
Oh my God, I'm so inspired. Thank you, man. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. No, thank you for having me and letting me talk. It's been quite a while since I didn't really like have Q&A sessions.
No, you must have had a lot, like with a lot of other big platforms, and mine is such a small one, and I'm
Oh,
so
Warner, stop there.
thank
Never say
you.
yours is small. It's
No,
it's
no,
never
I
small.
mean, you
No
must have
platform
gone
is
for like
big
all
enough.
these national TV and all that,
Oh,
national
Hollywood TV, you mean? Maybe in
Hollywood.
future. Maybe in
Yeah.
future.
So
I'm
if
just
you really have
kidding.
to compare to all that, mine is like,
No. Oh, yours is personal. Yours is more personal and it connects. I think that's more important.
yeah.
Yours
Thank
is
you.
like, yeah, emotion driven, so that's important. But yeah, I don't want to take this time of yours also. Thank you so much and keep inspiring. Do create more contents. Go barrel.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish you all the more luck.
Thank you.
May you shine, may you travel, and may you live a very happy, fulfilling, good